In the beginning, there was radio. Well, almost the beginning. Remember these? Not everyone on the street had them when they first came out. They were too expensive. Then as time went by, they got cheaper and more people started to get them. You could listen to Amos and Andy, Jack Benny, Burns and Allen, Abbott and Costello. It was a lot of fun. Then television came along. And at first, just like radio, it was pretty expensive. Everyone on the street didn't have them at first. Then eventually they got less expensive. You were able to get one. Now you could see and listen to Burns and Allen, Amos and Andy, Jack Benny, Abbott and Costello. Then something else happened. Color television. And it was pretty expensive at first, but as time went by, they got less expensive. You were able to afford one. You remember the first time you saw cartoons on a Saturday morning in color? It was pretty exciting. But we didn't stop there. In the mid-1970s, the VCR appeared, and like radio and TV...
The price was extremely high when they first came out, very unaffordable. Only, the ones that really, wanted them as the toy and to be the first one on the block to get them. But they were in the neighborhood of $1,300 to $1,600.
And how big were they compared to the units you see now in stores?
Oh, they were about 2.5 times the size of the units that we now have available for sales.
And what is an average price for a unit now?
The price of a video recorder you can get anywhere from $199 to still $1,300 depending on where you want the features.
Fact is, VCRs have become relatively inexpensive as radio and TV sets did. If you were one of the lucky ones to be able to afford a VCR when they first came out, then you also know that not many movies were available on videotape. In 1977, there were only a handful available, about 50. People who considered themselves in the know figured it was a passing hype. I'll bet they said the same thing about radio and television. Today, over 50% of the households have a VCR, and the numbers just keep going up. Irving, like most big cities and towns, has an abundance of video outlets. You can drive down most heavily traveled streets and you'll find a place, ranging from video stores, department stores, grocery stores, drug stores, convenience stores, even stores that specialize in non-English speaking videos, Spanish, Asian, Korean. There are now more than 25,000 titles available on videotape. With so many different stores that rent videos, competition has become a big factor. So why still go to a particular video store when price may be better somewhere closer to home?
We cater their demands wherever they tell us what they want, and we try to get it. And we have a large horror section, and of course we're real heavy in new releases. We get a lot of the so-called B movies. That's not the most known movies in the world, but they're good movies. That,
Would those be old movies that have been around for a while?
Some of the classics. We have a bunch of classics.
When I go into, say, a store like, say, a supermarket that rents videos, it seems like they'll just have really a lot of the current releases that were popular movies, and then maybe some old sentimental favorites and things. I could see maybe one advantage of coming to a store like this is you have a much larger selection of movies that are current releases, but older movies too that have been put on video. Is that true? Or?
That's true, because they don't have time to fool with it. It's there to make money for them, which is the same thing here, but they treat it like we treat our Coca-Colas. It's just a little something to bring in income. Maybe some of them use them as a loss leader.
What about the future for you? Or for videos. Is there a future for video stores, considering that now all these stores, like the supermarkets, convenience stores, are selling, renting videos? Is there going to be a future, or is there going to be a decline in video stores?
Well, I think it's going to be a great future. I think there's going to be a lot of dropout, a lot of fallout. We've already seen it in Irving. We've had several stores close. And we're going to be here when the dust settles, I guarantee you.
Is this a unique store?
Our customers say it is.
And why is that?
Well, we're kind of a country atmosphere. We're not even on a computer yet. We're not space age, but we got the movies and we got the friendly personnel, and we just like people.
The atmosphere, they're helpful here. They're friendly, first name basis type thing. It's just a nice family store.
There's a delivery service out in my area in Cottonwood, but I just still come over here because it seems like you're coming to visit with friends and everyone knows you and they're very helpful.
Whatever reasons why a person will pick a certain store to rent a movie is like most decisions. It depends. Me, I like the ones that carry Burns and Allen, Abbott and Costello, well, you know what I mean. For About Town, I'm John Tanner.